Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Well, as I always talk, there's so much that's going on, so much that is happening, so much that we have to relate to and understand and process within ourselves and try to understand how this is happening, how these wars, how this craziness, corruptions, all those things that are going on in this darker age, this Kali Yuga, this time frame that we're in at this current moment, and what will happen to the future. And everything is just unsettled because there's forces that want to have things unsettled. But to me, what is most important is the faith that we have, and the faith that we have in ourselves, the faith that we hold in that which created this creation, to understand that that is all a process and all a plan, and that we're part of that change, and we're part of what is going to come in the future. We're part of shaping what that future shall be, and we're part of what we have to do, our part in what we have to do, and all of that to me is to find, where is the peace inside of me? Where do I find my peacefulness? Where do I hold my faith? Because faith to me is what is very important, to have faith that that who created all creation, who created us as creatures, to live in this creation, who is the knower of everything, is going to look after everything ultimately. And that my role in that is just to help to spread a message of love and peace and kindness, and be kind to each other and spread that compassion and understanding, to share and to care for each other. We say that that who created all creation is nirgun and surgun, means that has no form and yet holds every form, has nothing but is everything. That all of that is contained within us, that same understanding, and that antarjami, that who knows the inner hearts of us, is always present within us. So the faith that we hold is to understand that who created this creation is nothing, is nowhere, but is everywhere, is not seen but yet seen. So we understand that that is the fluidity of that creation that we live in. And that who created all creation is that knower of our inner heart. We call that antarjami, is the knower of the inner heart of each of us. So the trust and the faith, my belief and my trust and faith is that antarjami, that one who knows everything that I am within me, who is the life source of the existence of all creation, is going to guide that for me. So to do that, I have to relax. I play my part, yes, and share the messages that I share, but also to understand that the key of that is to accept that, to relax within myself. The more relaxed and at peace I am within myself, the more that I'm able to process through what is happening in this world. Is it disturbing? Yes. Does it get into our psyche? Sure it does, of course. And that to me is the power of the meditative mind, the power of meditation, is to help clear the energies through us so that we can continue that direct pipeline to that which is created, that who created this creation, to the infinite source of all creation. So if that is understood, and that we can live that way and develop our spiritual practice to be strong, because what is that spiritual practice? It's not my religion, it's my maintenance, it's my sustenance. It's what gives me the identity of who I am within myself, and gives me that opportunity of my purity and my piety to express, and to find a clarity in my vision so that my vision becomes clear. And I can share that vision and feel that vision and hold that within myself and share that outside of myself. Each of us individually, I believe, has a responsibility to understand that. And that has to be found within. That's your personal understanding. I can share what my personal feeling is for that, but you also establish what is your personal identification of that flow within you. Ultimately, that flow within us is the flow that's going to flow us through this life that we lived for as many years as we exist in this physical body, on this form, in this planet. And how we breathe into that, how we interact with that, how the mental function of ourselves interacts with that, and how our spiritual functionality, the strength of our spiritual commitment becomes. And that spiritual commitment, to me, is what we need more and more and more. And that spiritual commitment, you figure that out for you. You understand what is your spiritual commitment. What gives you that strength, that inner clarity, that understanding that who created all creation lives within you, is not separate, and knows who you are and knows what is in your inner heart. And to understand that and to live that and to flow through that and flow into the flow of the universe through that, regardless of what the political situations are, regardless of what conflicts are happening in this world. Yes, they're happening. And we don't want them to happen, of course not. But through it we have to find a pathway, because there is a pathway through it. Because peace will come not from wars. Peace comes from the collective consciousness of humanity, which is growing and shall continue to grow and shall maintain and sustain this world. So that is the faith that I hold, the faith that I believe, the faith that I never give up on. And I have to find that faith within myself and find the patience to accept that faith within myself. That's the strength of a spiritual commitment. A spiritual commitment is that strength given to you so that the fears, the insecurities don't come above that which is the faith that you hold. It's true, we'll always have some insecurity. We'll also feel a little bit of fear within ourselves. There's a lot of unknowns that are not known to us, is very true. All those things are true. Spiritual identity, spiritual functionality, spiritual understanding is simply to understand it in the reference of what is the whole concept of the entire development of the universe and where it shall go and how it shall go and how the stars and the planets, the moons, everything are all affecting each of that flow and how that will grow and help us to change this world, to bring this world to peace for our future generations and generations to follow. So I always say that it starts with me as an individual. It starts with me and my personal practice, my personal spiritual identification. Then we share that with each other and flow through that. And as a teacher, that's the responsibility that I hold. If I'm not holding that responsibility in myself, how can I help hold it in you? But I feel confident within myself. I have the trust and the faith within that. And I feel that deeply inside, and that is what's caught. As we say, spirituality isn't taught. That spirituality is caught. That we feel it, we inspire each other through our faith. So let us not lose sight of what that faith is. That is what's going to hold us. And your spiritual identity will come through the flow of yourself within that practice. That will give you that clarity to see the pathway through every obstacle. There is a way through everything. That is the first sutra of this age. That there is a way through everything. And we can find that way through everything. And the second sutra of that is that to see each other as the same. To not see what is different about us, but to look and see what is common with all of us. And share that commonality and grow through that commonness with each other. To see the light of the heart of every soul. And to see through eyes of love. So let us hold that deep inside of ourselves. Let us understand it. Identify our spiritual identity. And have a strong spiritual practice that gives us that clarity of mind. So that our prayers for peace can be heard. It'll happen through the etherical realm. That each of us praying, each of us doing meditation is linking us together globally. We think, oh, I'm just one person that's sitting here doing my meditation. Whatever meditations you do. Reality is when you vibrate out to the universe, that vibration, it works and goes out and shares. And many people pick up on those branches. And we pick up on others. As we meditate, we're sending that message to the universe. And the universe answers us back. That's the power of a meditative mind. And a power of our spiritual identity. So that we can help create a world of peace, prosperity, and abundance for everyone. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.